Tasitile Rinpoche.
Tasitile Tutan.
Yes, very blessed and honored for us to have the teaching from you again. And I'm gonna speak in Vietnamese a little bit. We also welcome Rinpoche and everyone to receive the teaching from Rinpoche today.
Thank you. Thank you, Tutan. Tashi Dilek, greetings to everyone. Let me see if I can. Tashi Dilek, Achibam Dejela. Okay, so there are only few videos online. Hello, Laurel. So greetings and a very good morning to all of you in North America, and a good evening, maybe quite a good good night to those of us in Asia. Today the Ceremony Monastery has organized with our partners, partner organizations in the United States, led by Ajahn Pema Dejenla, Geshe Lotarla, and all the organizers have organized this Medicine Buddha prayer ceremony for 2 days. I think we did the same thing last year, which was only one day. And so today we have, yesterday, our Venerable Abbot led taught on the way to overcome mental and physical pain through Buddhist practices. And also we had the very good opportunity to witness the Medicine Buddha prayer with the purification ritual as well, led by Gyabje Chosang Rinpoche yesterday. So we are very fortunate. So we had a very good teaching yesterday, and we had a very good practice yesterday. So it's almost as if that is enough. But there's a saying in Tibetan that good things are never enough. There is no limit to something good. And so therefore, here I am adding on a few things. Also, now before we start, we will take refuge into the Buddha Dharma Sangha, for the benefit of all sentient beings. We will do the refuge lines, the four lines of refuge. So those of you who so please read with me if you know the mantra, if you know the chant.
Và bây giờ thì để bắt đầu cho buổi lễ thì chúng ta sẽ đọc tụng cái phần quy y Tam Bảo và Pháp Bồ Đề Tâm. Nếu quý vị nào có cái bản đọc đó thì có thể đọc cùng với ngài.
So what we are doing basically is something known as shaping motivation or honing shaping motivation, which is to shape. So whenever we do something, even when we move, there is a motivation, there is an intention behind that. We move in order to get a cup of coffee, because we are uncomfortable in the position that we are in, or so on and so forth. So we always do something with intent. And so what we are going to do right now is to shape or hone our motivation or intention into something called the Mahayana motivation or the Bodhisattvas motivation. That is basically to whatever we are going to do for the next a couple hours, it will be for the benefit of all sentient beings. We are going to do it to realize, to attain complete enlightenment for the sake of all sentient beings. Sangye chedan zoye chonam lon janju bardo dane kyazoj danye jezo gebe sunamangye gola benjere zangye robajo sangye chedan zoye chonam janju bardo dane kyazoj danye jezo Give Sunan Gide Rola Benjere Sange Roba Sange Chedan Zoye Janam Ba Janju Bardo Dane Yasu Bage Jinso Give Sanamange Rola Benjere Sange Roba Sho. Now so what we are going to do today is one thing we are going to do is to go through the medicine Buddha sadhana. Another thing is we will talk about the power of the mind. So for the medicine, so before we start, I would like to bring your attention to a little bit of breathing practice or breathing exercise. So it'll be a very simple breathing practice because I don't know any complicated breathing practice anyways. So since I know only simple things, I can only share simple things with you. So what we're going to do is basically what we do usually, which is to breathe in and breathe out. But this will be some sort of a controlled form of breathing. So for this practice, please breathe in for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 counts. And then hold your breath for 2 counts. 1, 2, not breathing in, not breathing out, just holding the breath. And then breathe out for 4 more counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we will be breathing not through our mouth, but only through the nostrils, our nose. So sit comfortably wherever you are sitting, and then we will start the breathing. So this will be like a guided meditation. 1, 2, 3, 4, in. 1, 2, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, out. Remember, breathe in and out only through the nostrils. 1, 2, 3, 4, in. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, out. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now do it on your own without my guidance. Oh yeah. So this helps to bring our attention to right now, here, to this very moment. And it helps me to think about what I have to say next. So every time I forget to say something, I don't remember what I have to say next, I will bring you to this meditation, okay? Oh yeah, so since we are familiar with a little bit of collecting our mind or bringing our attention to to the center, to the nowness, to the moment. Now we will go a little bit further. Yeah. So for this particular practice, even though we will be practicing, I presume that all of you are practicing Buddhist, but even if you are not a Buddhist practitioner, even if you are not a Buddhist, you can still participate in this practice. If you are, all the better, but even if you are not, you can still participate. So what we are going to do is do a short meditation on the Medicine Buddha. So when we talk about Medicine Buddha, we are not talking about a god or anything like that. So it doesn't have, this practice does not have to be anything religious, religious in the sense of in the Western context. So think of Medicine Buddha. Buddha means the enlightened one, the awakened one. So there's a person who is awakened or enlightened, someone who has shun out all the negativities and is the personification of the purified form of all positive qualities, especially in the form of healing, especially in the form of a healer. And that is the Medicine Buddha. So visualize in front of you, maybe like 2 meters away from you, and on the level of your forehead, there is the Medicine Buddha. So Medicine Buddha it has the has the form, has the appearance of Shakyamuni Buddha, the worldly renowned Buddha. And instead of appearing in golden color, this particular Buddha, Medicine Buddha, appears in the bluish color, which is the color of lapis lazuli, the healing stone. Oh, yeah. Then on his right hand, he's holding an Arura herb, myoblam herb. So this signifies the universal plant of healing. And then on his left hand, which is in a meditative mudra or meditative sign, he's holding this alms bowl. And in the alms bowl, there is nectar in it, ambrosia. And this is to dispel all the negativities, all the ailments, all the negativities that drags us down, that sort of drags us down to samsara. Okay, so I'm just reading the messages. There's one message: can we practice the sadhana if we don't receive the empowerment? Definitely yes. And the second question is, do we have Q&A? I think it's quite obvious that I just answered a question. Jokes aside, yes, we will have. So after 1 hour, we will be open for Q&A. So yeah. So the Medicine Buddha, I think we have the picture in front of us and on the screen. So visualize the Medicine Buddha right in front of you, maybe 2 meters away from you, on the level of your forehead. Okay. So as we say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So I don't have to explain more. Just please take a very good look at the picture and then visualize it. Now take a very good look at the picture, capture it, and paste it into your mind. Maybe we will do this meditation again. The breathing in and breathing out meditation. So as we breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, visualize, create the image in your mind. Then as you hold your breath for 1, 2, instill that image within your mind. And as you breathe out, make sure that the image projects itself lucidly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 times, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Creating the image in my mind. 1, 2, hold the breath and instill that image within you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, and the image projects itself in a luminescent form. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, create the image. 1, 2, hold, instill that very image. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale and make the image project itself luminously. So, okay, thank you very much for following through. So, would you like to go a little bit further? I think that is a silent yes. Okay. So what we are going to do next is, so this is something called frontal visualization or frontal meditation, which means we visualize the Buddha or the deity in front of us. And that is what we are doing. And this is permissible for everyone, even to those who have not received the initiation. Oh yeah. So what we are going to do next is we are going to visualize all the medicine Buddhas, the 7 medicine Buddhas. So it is very similar. One of the audience here has a picture on a profile. Doi Tin Yang, I think that's the name. So that person has a picture of medicine Buddha in the central and the other Buddhas surrounding the medicine Buddha. So this is what we are going to do exactly. So what we are going to do, please visualize, please create an image, please visualize on the right side of medicine Buddha, please visualize. So the medicine Buddha that we visualize in the central is known as the King of Lapis Lazuli, the King of Lapis Light. Sorry, medicine Buddha, King of Lapis Light, is the central figure. The medicine Buddha, what we usually refer to as the medicine Buddha. So he's in blue color. So he is at the center. On his right, please visualize medicine Buddha, delightful king of clear knowing. Tejin Shepa, so which is also known as the medicine Buddha, clear knowledge.
Could you please repeat that, the name of the Buddha on the right side?
Clear knowledge, please. Clear knowledge. In Tibetan? The Buddha, delightful king of clear knowledge. So usually we call him Winking Gelbo. The clear knowledge, I think it's simpler to remember. Clear knowledge. So medicine Buddha, clear knowledge, will be red in color, and his mudra would be, the right hand mudra would be bestowing, granting wishes, similar to medicine Buddha himself, the king of lapis light.
Red in color?
Red in color, yes. On the left side, we have medicine Buddha, melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma, melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma. And his mudra is that of the Dharma, and is in pink in color. Oh yeah, and so here it says on the west side of the Medicine Buddha, which is actually the back side of the central figure, Medicine Buddha. We have the Medicine Buddha, supreme glory, free from sorrow, and he's again light red in color with the mudra of meditative equipoise. Now, on the southwest, north. Now on the north side, which would be the right after the previous Buddha, the immediately previous Buddha, and between him and the Medicine Buddha known as the clear knowledge. So this would be the Medicine Buddha known as stainless excellent gold. And sorry, Medicine Buddha stainless excellent gold will be right in front of Medicine Buddha, King of Lapis Light, and his golden color and the Dharma Mudra. Next is Medicine Buddha, King of Melodious Sound, King of Melodious Sound, and that would be on the left side, extreme left, or that would be after the Medicine Buddha stainless gold, which we just visualized. So this Medicine Buddha, King of Melodious Sound, will be between Medicine Buddha stainless gold and Medicine Buddha Melodious Ocean of Proclaimed Dharma, which is on the left side. So this Buddha is in between the two. In other words, this Buddha is in the left side of Medicine Buddha, between Medicine Buddha Melodious Sound and stainless gold. And he is yellow in color with the mudra of granting the supreme attainments. Now, between Medicine Buddha on the right, which we visualize the first Buddha, which is the clear light, between him and the Medicine Buddha free from sorrow, we have the Medicine Buddha known as renowned, glorious King of excellent science. And he is golden in color and granting refuge. So the mudra for granting refuge is something like this. It's more like a helping hand. Okay, so we have been through some little bit sort of a complicated sort of round of Medicine Buddha visualization here. So basically, what we are going to do, so we have the picture in front of us. So what we are going to, so keep this in your visualization. So all these Medicine Buddhas, the 8 Medicine Buddhas, actually we visualize only 7, but we usually call them 8 Medicine Buddha because we aid the founder of the Buddha Dharma, which is Shakyamuni Buddha. When we add that Medicine Buddha, then we have 8 Medicine Buddhas. So normally in Tibetan, we call them 8 Medicine Buddhas and 7 Medicine Buddha brethren or brothers. So when we use the term brothers, there's only 7 of them. But when we use the term Buddhas, there will be 8 of them. Anyway, so 7 or 8 Medicine Buddhas. Let's visualize them in front of us, about 2 meters from us, and on the same level as our forehead. So let's. So once you have take a good look at the picture, now visualize that just as before. Create the image in your mental stream, instill it, and then project it. So what we are going to do now is, first of all, we are So this is something for those of you who are familiar. This is known as the seven limb practice. So first, what we are going to do is prostrate to the 7 or 8 medicine Buddhas, 7 medicine Buddhas in front of us. After that, we are going to make offerings to the 7 medicine Buddhas. Okay, let's bring that meditation practice again. So as you breathe in and breathe out, so we will not be holding the breath this time. We will be breathing in and breathing out. So when you're breathing in, imagine, visualize yourself doing the prostrations and going down to the ground. And as you exhale, visualize yourself coming up from the prostration 3 times, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, prostrate and go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, come up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we did the prostration part. So prostration is similar to bowing down in today's time, or in today's time, it will be similar to saying hi or shaking hands. So this is to show respect, to to greet. And then next we have the offering. So there are many types of offering. We can offer praise. So we can admiration of the medicine Buddhas, their abilities, their compassionate activities, anything that would be an offering of praise. This would be offering of admiration would actually be offering par excellence, because when you appreciate something, you actually approve something, as you approve of that action as well. And when you appreciate something, you're actually approving the fact, and that means you approve the activities that the medicine Buddha has done. And when you approve and appreciate something, even though you may not be actively inclined to do the same thing yourself, you have your very being is inclined toward that that idea to some extent. So therefore, this is a great practice. So next, what we are going to do is to make the offering. So now, next is the confession. Confession is similar to agreeing with the doctor that your diet has been wrong, your living habit has been wrong, and you're going to mend your ways. So this is what confession basically means. So you confess all your sins, all your negativities, anything that you have wrongfully done, in front of the 7 great doctors, 7 great healers, 7 great medicinal Buddhas. Next is rejoicing. So appreciation, rejoicing is a form of appreciation. So when you rejoice, when you rejoice, you appreciate the deeds done by that person. So we actually covered that in the offering aspect, right? Remember, we did the appreciation. So we rejoice in all the compassionate activities that the medicine Buddhas have taken to liberate us from this samsaric situation. Rinpoche Lama Tsongkhapa said, which means if you want to accumulate great merit by exerting minimum effort, then the best, rejoice is the best practice. It is said that if you rejoice someone's good deeds, if that person has the same level of realization as you do, then you reap the same benefit, you accumulate the same merit as the person. If the person is higher than you, then you accumulate half the merit. And if the person is lower in realization than yourself, then you will accumulate double the merit. So therefore it is, it's that kind of like buy one, get two things, very, very, very profitable investment. After the rejoicing, we have the beseech, or requesting the medicine Buddha or our teachers, who are the sort of the representative of the Buddhas, including medicine Buddha, to have a long life. To teach. Requesting to teach. Then at the end we have the so this is the beseech, and the last we have the request to have a long life. And so this is known as the 7 limb practices. And this practice can be replicated not just with the medicine Buddhas, but with our own teachers and other deities as well. And this is a very powerful practice, because even though it seems very simple with only 7 limbs, but it actually contains the gist of all the practice practice of repentance, practice of purification, practice of accumulation, and all the practices mainly. The Dharma practice is mainly about purification and accumulating merit, and this particular practice actually entails all of them. So because of the 7 limbs practice that you have performed, which is a very powerful practice, the medicine Buddhas are glad. They're pleased with your practices, your actions. They're not pleased because they give you give them praise or anything like that, because they're not looking for these kind of things, any mundane things, but because even one person in the world, even one single person in the world is able to dedicate one moment of their life to the Dharma, the Buddhas are pleased. Why? Because by doing so, we are actually sowing the seed of the Buddhahood, and that we are getting one step closer, one moment closer to the Buddhahood. And that is the main goal of the Buddhas, all the Buddhas, including the medicine Buddhas, to liberate us from samsara. So since the medicine Buddha is pleased, a Buddha, you're able to make a Buddha, you're able to please a Buddha, you accumulate a great amount of merit. Even in a worldly sense, if you're able to make a very famous person, or someone, a big guy, if you're able to make a great man or women happy, then of course you will, if you come under if you are able to make such a person happy, then there will be there will be positive results. Similarly, being able to make the Buddhas happy would actually accumulate a great amount of merit. So the merit that you have accumulated is not just any ordinary sort of merit. This is a merit accumulated from pleasing not just one Buddha, but the 7 or 8 medicine Buddha, if you include Shakyamuni Buddha. And this merit is limitless. It's infinite merit. And it is so powerful, so impressive. It is so powerful and so impressive that it is able to actually move the medicine Buddhas. And because of that action, it actually is able to move the medicine Buddhas, and the medicine Buddha vibrates with the infinite light unto you, and you are filled with the infinite light, which comprises of the medicine. Even though it appears in the form of light, it actually, in reality, in its ultimate nature, it is none other than the wisdom and compassion of the medicine Buddha. So they appear in the form of light, enormous, infinite impressive light, and it sears through, it cuts through all the delusions, all the maladies, all the shortcomings that you have within you, and it purifies everything. It burns all the negativities. Now we will do the meditation again. As we breathe in, the powerful light emits from the medicine Buddhas, and it fills up. It emits from the medicine Buddhas, and fills us up. It fills up. It fills our body, just like pouring a glass of water into an empty bowl, an empty glass. So it fills up from the bottom to the top. So, so as your body is filled up with the light, impressive light from the medicine Buddha, all the negativities within you, any shortcomings that you have, imagined or real, are all cleared away. As you breathe out, visualize that all the negativities within you are being cleared away. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, receive the light. 1, 2, fills up, hold the breath, it fills up your body. 1, and exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and all the negativities are washed away. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, filled with light coming. 1, 2, fills up with light. 1, 2, 3, 4, negativities are washed away. Last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, inhale, receive the light. Hold the breath for 1, 2, fills up with light. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. All the negativities are burned and washed away. So you don't have to think of something abstract like, negativity or the 3 poison, like, in general. You can also actually pinpoint to anything, any shortcomings that you have, particularly like maybe you have a back pain, and some stress that you have, mentally, physically, emotional, whatever pain that you are going through, you can actually pinpoint the light towards that particular subject and visualize that pain to be burned and then washed away. 1, 2, 3, 4. The medicine Buddhas, please shine your impressive light on my mortgage bills and burn them and make them go away. Yeah, so this practice that it's a practice that you can do anytime. You can actually do that during when you're taking a shower, or when you are taking a shower, you can visualize the same practice. It is quite impactful when we do that practice when you are doing the shower, when you're in the shower. Of course, Dharma practice is spiritual, but we are materialistic beings. So therefore, when we have materials to aid us, to help us, material aids that is conducive to our practices, it helps tremendously. That is why we have like initiation. Within initiations, we have like vast initiation, crown initiation, things like that. Something that we can visually grasp, and so therefore it makes some connection with us. And that's why we have the statues that's why we have the even though the actual practice lies, Buddha himself said many times that the ultimate refuge is the Dharma. The Dharma is the ultimate refuge, even though that we usually refer to the 3 refuges, but the ultimate refuge is the Dharma. But still we need the other 2, as well as the representation or the symbolic items of the other two as well, to remind us, because we need something to hold materialistically, because after all, we are materialistic beings. Oh yeah, so this is the very concise practice of the medicine Buddha sadhana, very concise. Of course, like usually if you're doing it the standard way, if you're doing it the traditional way, we do it like this, and at the end, of course, we bid farewell to the medicine Buddhas by, so there will be some chantings. Then we do the dedication prayers. We do the dedication prayers and then bid farewell to the medicine Buddhas. And then we can conclude the sadhana. That is how we would do it the traditional way. Okay, so I think it's over 1 hour and maybe 1 hour and 20 minutes already. So if you have any questions, I'll be happy to, it doesn't have to be about this topic, but any others is also okay.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I think we need to translate first. Yeah. Oh. Please go ahead.
Hello, Tashi Delay Rinpoche from DNKL in Reading, Connecticut. So happy to see you again. Your In Praise of Dependent Origination series is still in my heart. So please know your teachings. You know who I am. Please know your teachings. I'm not on Facebook, or I would have been doing more of your teachings, but I found you on YouTube. And everything you say is so profound and resonates for many lifetimes. But I noticed you are teaching a commentary on Words of My Perfect Teacher by Frontal Rinpoche.
Right.
And I just want to admit that I'm starting to read it in English translation. I hope that counts.
Of course. Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
I did, yeah. After many years, I finished volume 3 of Lama Sankalpa, the Lamrim, but I'm in no way. It's of course a very beginner. So, but clearly in Words of My Perfect Teacher, there's so many obvious parallels to Lamrim, to Lama Sankalpa. And I'm just interested because I know you're from the Gelug tradition, and the Lama Sankalpa is the Reverend Guru Rinpoche, Ajay Rinpoche. And can you speak to your inspiration for the commentary? We see the obvious similarities, but are there distinct uniquenesses, a distinct unique aspect to the sacred text of this one, Words of My Perfect Teacher? And how do you feel that this particular sacred text supports our medicine Buddha sadhana?
This particular meaning, the
medicine. Words of my perfect teacher.
Right. Does it support, you mean?
Well, what is, yes, and what connection? But first, just what is your inspiration? Like, what is your understandings about Words of My Perfect Teacher? Like the uniqueness.
Okay.
Because right, or is it just there is nothing but a uniformity? Are they, to say every text to me has a unique feature? What do you believe is the unique feature of Words of My Perfect Teacher?
Right. Thank you for going through my YouTube videos and for the appreciation, and I rejoiced in that. Yes, very good question. Of course, there's so much similarities between the two, the Words of My Perfect Teacher and the Lamrim. Basically, they are the same category. They sit in the same categories that of the Lamrim. So it's the same sort of same basket of teachings, as we would call it. Same basket of teachings, which is the Lamrim, or the gradual stages, to the enlightenment. So the main difference or the uniqueness is that Lamrim is more or less intended towards a scholarly audience. Lamrim, the great Lamrim by Lama Tsongkhapa, So there are actually 18 different commentaries of the Lamrim, and some are intended for scholars and some are not. I mean, the main audience, or the prime, what is the word? The primary target, is the scholars, and the words of my perfect master is not the targeted audience. The readers are not a scholarly audience. What I'm trying to say here is that it is a book for the layman, the lay people. By lay people, I mean those who are not profoundly familiar with the Dharma. One of the reasons being it has a lot of stories in there. Especially if you read Tibetan, the stories are very inspirational, very impactful. And then also it uses the vernacular medium. So it uses common language. It uses the colloquial languages. It does not use any of the, more sophisticated words and terms that is seen in the Lamrim and so on and so forth. So this, for that matter, it caters to a wider category of audience or readers, because everyone who can read Tibetan can actually, read the words of my perfect master and then have an understanding to their level. Whereas in the Lamrim, it would be in the beginning, of course, there would be a lot of stories, and you would be able to understand. But as you go delve deeper and deeper, it goes actually more and more scholastic, or maybe scholastic is not the right word. It is quite intellectual, because Tsongkhapa wrote it. Lama Tsongkhapa wrote it in sort of that sort of fashion. So I think, the main difference or the main uniqueness is that it caters to the lay people who have not been yet ordained to the Buddha Dharma, to the wider aspect of the Buddha Dharma, or the more profound aspect of the Buddha Dharma, I would say.
Thank you so much. And I could not even have attempted volume 3 of the Lamrim without your In Praise the Dependent Origination series. Yes, I have to say that again. Can I just ask you one thing? What is your perception? Last quick question. What is your perception? Do you believe there's a continuum between Padmasambhava, Atisha, and Lama Tsongkhapa? Do you think they're all part of a continuum of obviously Padmasambhava considered a second Buddha? Do you feel that they're all kind of a continuous line, a lineage there?
I haven't given any thought on that. So
thank you.
I don't have a ready-made answer for that.
Thank you. Have a very nice day, Tashi today.
Right, thank you. But what I would say is, in Tibetan we have many things. We have a saying like, this is an emanation of that, this is an emanation of that, this is an emanation of that. So in this regard, I would say that Padmasambhava and is an emanation of the Genresic. I think that's the question, right? And Lama Tsongkhapa is an emanation. Lama Tsongkhapa is actually considered as the emanation, and the just as you have asked, the following the same continuum as that of the Padmasambhava. It is actually quoted in the text. So when we say an emanation, we are actually referring to Genresic personifies Genresic. Avalokiteshvara personifies compassion. He is the Buddha in the compassion in the form of a being or a deity. So therefore, and for that matter, Lama Tsongkhapa as well as Padmasambhava are the personification of great compassion, and so therefore they are the emanation of Genresic. Okay, so there seems to be no questions. Anyway, what we just did was sort of a guided meditation, not really a teaching of that sort. So I think, yeah, so it's no wonder that there's no question. But So, okay, let's continue towards the second topic of today's talk, which is the power of the mind. So, the power of mind. There's no question, of course. There's no question, of course, that the mind is one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful tool at our disposal. One good example is the fact that we gathered here today is because of the mind. Someone decided that we should get together and planned and organized it, and then we are here today. So I'm speaking to you and you're listening to me. You decided to listening to me. That is also, a decision is also part of the mind. In order for me to speak to you, I have to think about what I'm going to say and what I should be saying, what I should not be saying, and so on and so forth. So all this comes from the mind. So there is no question that mind is a very powerful tool. So the mind has the, when we are at an intersection, we have the choice to go either right or left. So similarly, in life, we have the choice to either take the right view, the right path, or the wrong path. And once the mind decides to take either of the two, our body and our speech also follows suit. So in our interaction with life on a day-to-day basis in our life, so many things occurs that are within our control and that are without our control, outside of our control, that tends to agitate us. And when I say agitate us, it actually agitates our mind. And that simple agitation, that simple discomfort can turn into jealousy, it can turn into hatred, it can turn into attachment, and it can go into 10,000 directions. So when we are able to differentiate, when we are able to distinguish the right from the wrong and take the right path and abandon the wrong path, this is known as the wisdom. And when we use the same intelligence that enables us to distinguish between right and wrong, when we use the same intelligence with the wrong motive, when we abuse that particular that ability, that intellect, then it is what we call in the Dharma text, we refer to that as a faulty wisdom. Faulty wisdom, fault. So many of us, most of us are not stupid. We are intelligent. Just because of the fact that we are human beings, we do have an intelligence. We have the intellect and we have an intelligent mind. And so therefore we are quite intelligent. So intelligence is not the lack of intelligence that is the problem here.
Could you please repeat that?
Most of us are not stupid. We are not lacking in intelligence just because of the very fact that we are born as a human being. We do have intelligence. We do have an intellect, and it is not lack of intelligence that is the problem here. It is not the lack of intellect, but rather the misuse of the intellect or the overflow of misinformed and misused intellect. That is dragging us down to samsara over and over again. We end up in the cyclic existence of samsara again and again because of misappropriation or misuse of our intellect. Especially in today's time, there is an overflow of information. So anything you want to believe, there's a source or proof. There's a source proving whatever you want to believe. There would be thousands of proofs. There will be thousands of sources proving what you want to believe as the truth. And because of our ego, we hold on to whatever belief, whatever ideology that we want to believe, and use all the sources available at our disposal to prove the point that we want to believe. Actually, that is not something new. Even though we are able to do it, we are able to broadcast this on a much wider scale in the 21st century because of internet and so on and so forth. But it's not something new. Using the sources available, using the sources available to suit our own beliefs, it's not something new. To prove a point that you believe in, we made or we created different belief systems, what is known as different forms of religion. So we have the theistic religions, where there is a God who created everything, and within the theistic religion there are many divisions. And we also have agnostic religions like Buddhism and Hinduism, and so on and so forth, each preaching or each sort of presenting their own version of the truth. So when we have discussions, or sometimes people would like to ask, which is the truth, which is the which religion showcases the actual truth. So if you keep on looking for which religion tells the truths are also eternal, and the truths are also the truths that each religion sort of presents or showcases are something eternal, and it's also something empirical. Unless you experience the truth yourself, you won't know whether it's the actual truth or not. So therefore, if you keep looking for the truth, if you keep on searching and searching and searching, then before you find the actual truth, the so-called truth that you're looking for, your life will your time in this world will be done for. So instead of looking for which religion tells the truth, or which is, anyway, so what we have to do, one thing the Atisha, Master Atisha said, the span of our life is too small or too short, and the knowledge available, the truths available in this world is too vast. So therefore, instead of wasting or whiling our time, it is better to dive in and take what is required of you, what you require most. Take out that thing, just like a swan. So it is said that there's an ancient belief in the the Indian tradition, the dharmic system, that the swan is able to distinguish milk from the water. So the line goes that just like a swan would take the milk out of the water, take out the things that you require, instead of pondering over and over again, pondering over all the things. The truth is that we have, our mind is agitated, and then we want to come out of it. We want to escape that. So Buddhism, as well as the dharmic, the philosophies, suggest that the reason our mind is, so in Buddhism, the reason that our mind is agitated, it's because there is an inherent troublemaker. There is an inherent troublemaker, or there is a troublemaker embedded within our mental continuum, known as the ultimate ignorance, or ignorance. ignorance of the ultimate truth. And every agitation comes from that ignorance, which is ignorant of the ultimate truth. Just like we don't care about any philosophical disputes, whatever philosophical dispute there are, it doesn't affect our life. Similarly, let's put aside the ultimate truth for a while. Let's deal with not the ultimate truth, but the common or the conventional truth first. So there are different. When we talk about conventional truths, there are many facets. Ultimate truth, of course, there's only one, but conventional truths, there is many facets. And one of the most popular one, of course, is the law of causality, karma. But we will not talk about that today. Instead, we will talk about something called impermanence. So impermanence pervades everything in the world. Our lives, the world that we live in, the people that we interact with, everything is susceptible to impermanence. We all change. There's a saying that change is the only constant thing in the universe. So we are all susceptible to impermanence, to change. Even though the impermanence is not the ultimate truth, but it is a very impactful truth. It is a very personal truth, and it impacts as well as affects our life gravely. So intellectually, of course, we are aware of the fact that everything changes. Intellectually, we know that everything changes, but instinctively, we believe everything to be unchangeable, everything to be intellectually, we believe everything to be impermanent, and instinctively, we hold on to everything as they are permanent. So what you believe to be truth intellectually and what you hold on to instinctively, there is a huge gap. There is a glaring discord. And because of that discord, there is a tension. And that tension creates agitation. So we are not going to the ultimate level, to the ultimate truth. We're not going there. But even at the conventional level, there is a discord between what we believe and what we believe intellectually and what we hold on to instinctively. And this is the cause, the root of all our agitation, all our tension, the tension between what we believe and what we hold on to, the tension between what we believe and what we hold on to creates the agitation for all the things that we experience in life. So we we know for sure that everything changes. There's no question about that. But when we plan things, when we say, okay, see you tomorrow, when we plan for this meeting, we actually going against the rule of the conventional truth of impermanence. When we plan for this meeting, we are hoping that we will be able to meet today. And when we say we see you tomorrow, we are actually going against that rule. And so whatever we do, when we are not fully engaged, when we are not fully invested personally into this discord, into creating this discord between what we believe and what we hold on to, we are all right. But once we start investing personally, strongly into the discord between what we believe with our mind, with our intellect, and what we hold on to with our instinct, with our heart, then things started to go down very quickly. So even though the English word for mind does not do justice to the Tibetan sim or the Sanskrit chitta, so therefore it's even though it does not do justice to the word sim or chitta, the mind pervades both the head and the heart in actuality. So therefore, when the mind is in discord, when the mind is split into two, then it is in disarray, and then all the agitation starts from there. So what we have to do to cut this discord, cut this tension, is to train ourselves, not intellectually, but instinctively. We have to train ourselves in the not just the idea, but the practice of impermanence. Not just believe that all of everything is impermanent, but actualize it or internalize it, or to accept that everything is impermanent internally. The more we engage in the practice of internalizing impermanence, the closer we will be to the spirit. And that is what we should strive for, and that is the power of the mind. So all the problems came from the mind, and all the problems can be solved by the mind. And that is the dilemma as well as the beauty of the mind. Okay, I think we should conclude here. I can go on rambling, but it's better to stop here now. We should remember impermanence of time, to be precise. Oh yeah, thank you very much for your keen interest and intent, listening intently. And Wilson La, do you have a question or something?
No, I just wanted to say thank you, Rinpoche. So nice to hear you talk so clear.
Thank you, Wilson La. Thank you. Do we have any questions? I don't think, right?
Rinpoche La konda, Rinpoche La kadin che ani tujan gidi jugdom di chik shunyo sungdo.
Last, ini tojana, lasa.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Thank you for the translation, Hien La.
Thank you, Rinpoche, and for the teaching today. And also thank you everyone to join us today. And also thank you the translator here helping us today. And we hope to see you in person and receive the teaching from you in person in US next year.
Thank you. Impermanence.
Yes. So that's why I said we just hope.
Hope. Okay, good. That's good. Right. Hope, but not hold. Okay.